plenty of life yet to come. First attempt to step over the ring ropes is unrequited. On his second try, Gonzalez makes it in. And you see the blue Reyes gloves that both fighters will be wearing tonight. What's the reason that they're blue? No particular reason. They just are. There's Gonzalez's record, 23 wins, no losses, 22 KOs. Probably the biggest name fighter he's been in the ring with was Ronaldo Snipes.
I wonder if it's relevant that in his amateur career, he lost 8 fights by disqualification.
Bound to be relevant to something. He also had 169 KOs in 220 amateur fights with the opponents wearing headgear. So he does have heavy hands.
I will say this. Well, we'll wait a while we watch Riddick Bowe walk to the ring.
Saunter. He's going to saunter to the ring.
He is, as you can see, he's worked up a sweat. He does have the look of somebody who is eager to get at what he's going to get to.
Yeah, he looks engaged tonight.
The odds on this fight, incidentally, opened at 4-1 for Bowe. They closed at somewhere around 12 or 13-5. A lot of people betting on Gonzalez late in the going.
Legendary 83-year-old trainer Eddie Futch precedes Bowe into the ring.
Incidentally, someone in the Marine Corps has called us to correct me on Scott O'Grady. I said Scott O'Hara. I misspoke myself. My apologies.
To the O'Grady family.
John O'Grady, right?
Yeah, it's John O'Grady. But we understood the point. All right, they're both in there, and they're being kept separated from one another. You look at Riddick Bowe's record, 36 wins, the one loss, a razor-thin decision to Holyfield in the second fight, 30 KOs for Bowe. And right now, let's go on up to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the pre-fight introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the featured bout of the evening as Spencer Promotions, the MGM Grand, and your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, this Bud's for you, present 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO World Heavyweight Championship. This bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Dr. James Nave, Commissioners Luther Mack, Nat Carasali, Dr. Elias Ghanem, and Crispin Rivera, Executive Director Mark Ratner, Physicians at ringside, Chief Physician Dr. James Wish Game, attending physicians Dr. William Berliner and Dr. Robert Hoy. The timekeeper is Al Bisick, counting for the knockdown seconds, Jane Broadfoot. This bout is also sanctioned by the World Boxing Organization, President Francisco Barcarcel, Supervisor at ringside for the WBO, George Cristadulo. The scoring will be done on a 10-point must system, and the 3 judges are Dwayne Ford, Chuck Giampa, and Jerry Roth. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Mills Lane. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the world's largest hotel, casino, and theme park, the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, trimmed in gold and weighing 237 pounds. He's a native of Cuba, who now lives and trains right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and has a professional record of 23 consecutive victories without a loss. He scored 22 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the #1 ranked heavyweight challenger in the world, the undefeated Jorge Luis and his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white, trimmed with blue, and weighing 243 pounds. He comes to us from Brooklyn, New York. This 1988 Olympic medalist now has a professional record of 36 victories, 30 by knockout, against only one defeat, and he has captured 2 world championships. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning WBO World Heavyweight Champion, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe.
All right. Look. Don't worry about it. All right, wait a minute. Okay, all right. Wait a minute. Step aside here, okay? Step aside. All right, if he goes right here, I'm going to call it all right. You understand that? It's going to be a little punch right here. We've already gone through all the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a tough, clean fight. Hey, listen, man, put your hands down. I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions here? No. Any questions here? Let's get it on.
There's enough bad blood between these fighters to start an epidemic. Let's see if it starts a fight.
Generally, when there's a lot of smoke, there's just a whole lot more smoke. As a rule.
Well, I think if nothing else, Gonzalez has gotten Bowe's attention. Bad hair life, huh? Good phrase, Larry. It's like he got halfway to being George Foreman and just couldn't bring himself to go all the way.
Ready here? All right, here we go.
They begin round 1. And let's see if Bowe wants to brawl or box. Both fighters starting out with the jab.
What happened to all that fire that was supposed to happen? They're filling each other out.
Well, Gonzalez is a fighter who doesn't like to come forward. He's uncomfortable doing so. So Eddie Clutch said to me yesterday, George, Riddick's going to have to make the fight. He's going to have to go forward and pressure Gonzalez. They believe that Jorge Luis Gonzalez has never been pressured in his 23 pro fights, and he'll see something entirely different tonight. Big right hand over the top by Bowe, glancing blow.
One thing about it, Gonzalez has had knockouts, but he never had a knockout from long range. He wants you to come to him, and he throws short punches. He doesn't take advantage of his superior reach. Bowe should not follow this guy to the rope. He throws short punches for a guy with long arms.
But Bowe thinks he's better off inside because he's such a good inside fighter for a big guy, George.
No, but he is not. This guy has amazing reflexes, Gonzalez, and he hits you with short chopping punches.
You think the counter-punching style could really operate to Gonzalez's advantage. Hard right hand by Bowe. Gonzalez wobbled into the ropes. Riddick working inside where he wants to be. Now Gonzalez leans on him against the ropes. Ray Payne, an American amateur, is the only man, according to Jorge Luis Gonzalez, who ever knocked him down. But he's on the verge of going down right now as Riddick Bowe deals the right hands in round 1.
Riddick Bowe doing an excellent job, but you just don't want to follow a puncher. This guy can throw one of those wild looping punches and drop you. It's time to work his left jab. Gonzalez, like I said, wherever there's a lot of smoke, generally there's a whole lot more smoke somewhere else.
Gonzalez may or may not have his legs back. Bowe looking for a way to walk inside again. Lands the left jab, just misses the right hand behind it. Gonzalez ties him up. There's a hard right by Gonzalez, but Bowe comes right through it.
Bowe's had a hard time throwing that overhand right with smaller guys, but it seems that Gonzalez is right there for those right hands. Overhand right.
Eddie Clutch told Bowe, when you get Gonzalez to the ropes, forget about his head and go to the body. They don't want to give Gonzalez an opportunity to counter coming off the ropes. Hard right hand coming up and under by Jorge Luis Gonzalez.
Riddick Bowe should make this boy get out in the middle of the ring. He's had more success out there. You lay on the ropes, you're going to do what this guy does. He just sits back there, waits to chop you with a right hand.
Rough first round for Gonzalez, but he survives it and keeps firing at the end.
Now we'll see a smile from Gonzalez's face. What about the fire?
Hector Garcia, what's going on in Gonzalez's corner?
Where do you want me to come? Film water.
He's over. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
George Foreman was exactly correct. The right hand has never been the most impressive punches in Bowe's arsenal, but against a taller opponent, it is being effective.
In round one, Bowe landed 13 of 16 jabs, 81%. So he's got an inviting target when he throws the jab. Now Gonzalez starts out with his own jab in round two.
Bowe wasted a lot of energy and didn't get a finish. Now Gonzalez backs up, uses left jab, invites Bowe to come on in. Pretty soon you're going to see Bowe tremble a little bit with right hand.
Yeah, but Riddick is clocking Gonzalez with that jab. I mean, he snapped Jorge's head back twice more in this round. And now Riddick pulls Gonzalez into the ropes.
Come on, Riddick. Don't step back. Keep the punches up. Come on.
Bowe following this puncher. You never follow a puncher. You don't stand up there and make him think about throwing a good shot.
All right, well, step back. Come on. Hey. Both of you. Hey, come on. Both of you knock that off. Come on.
Right hand lead for Gonzalez.
Two hands are free in there.
He seems to remember to throw the jab in the first 30 seconds of each round and then forgets about it from that point forward.
Bowe is allowing Gonzalez to lean on the back of his neck, and when you're throwing hard shots, that starts to wear you down a lot more than you need to be worn down.
Will Mills Lane take care of that for him?
I don't think so. Mills Lane is thinking, hey, as long as they're covered up, I don't have to jump in there. Bowe is falling for the wrong thing.
So you're saying that even though Riddick is dominating the fight and dealing out a lot of punishment, he's making, in your view, mental errors that could hurt him later on.
That's true. You don't follow a punch and then you don't let a puncher see. He's holding him by the head. Once you throw hard shots, you grab him by the head and it takes all your juice out of your legs.
Bowe still doing most of the damage in these exchanges and landing at close range. It's deteriorating into a brawl. Hard right hand by Bowe. That time Lane did take Gonzalez's hand off the back of Bowe's neck.
Gonzalez has had a lot of amateur fights where he's had to hold by the rope, hold by the head, so he's in his element. If this fight goes 4 rounds, it's going to catch up with Bowe.
Quicker with the jab and following with the right hand. Gonzalez not yet finding the counterpunch opportunity he'd like to have.
In that round, it looked like Riddick Bowe wanted to send Gonzalez on a boat lift back to Havana.
Come on, in your nose, blow it out your mouth. One more time, come on. All right, hang on. That's it.
Use your jab to set him up. He can't get away from your jab. You set him up for your hook. You can set him up for your right hand. Use that jab. And don't wait. Go right after it. Okay. Don't let him punch first. You got to go first.
Riddick Bowe said he hasn't been hungry since that first Holyfield fight. Well, he looks hungry enough to eat a 238-pound opponent right here in one gulp.
Maybe he just wants to eat his heart. That's what Gonzalez said he was going to do to him.
I haven't heard Eddie Futz so animated in the corner for a long time, so even this 84-year-old jockey is riding this big horse.
You know, Eddie told me yesterday that there was a time when he worried about whether Bowe really cared anymore, but he's decided that that's no longer a concern, that Bowe is reinterested in his career, and therefore he, Eddie, is not wasting time trying to get him back to the heavyweight title.
Gonzalez, he's weathered the storm. His jab is working now. If he doesn't get too overconfident, he can turn the momentum anytime. He's weathered the big storm.
Gonzalez's corner telling him between rounds, use your left, go back to the jab, it's God's gift to you. Bowe just missing with the right hand over the top.
Good punch, hey, hold up, no, wait a minute. Quick punch on the blade, come on.
Here's the familiar posture for Gonzalez, leaning against the top rope, inviting Bowe to come in.
Bowe is landing good right hands to the body. Though he's losing a lot of energy, those right hands to the body he's throwing is going to take some energy away also.
Again, the Eddie Futz prescription, when Gonzalez is in this position, forget his head, keep hammering the body.
Now at this point, Riddick Bowe should be a bit more conservative with his right hand.
Hard jab by Bowe.
Get off that neck, Gonzalez, come on, get off that neck.
Gonzalez with a chance to be busy against a guy who's throwing a lot. Somehow it's just not in Jorge Luis Gonzalez to crank up a large punch output. He's mostly a one punch at a time guy.
He's waiting around for one good shot, but let me tell you, he has enough power. That one good shot could turn everything around.
Perfect landing of the right hand for Bowe. Gonzalez taking Bowe's punches better now than was the case in round one.
I think Gonzalez just did not expect Bowe to have that kind of power early on.
He's felt it now and sees it coming a little better, huh?
That's right. Bowe is starting to just bump into his shoulder and fall on the rope. Gonzalez, if he's in the kind of conditioning he's supposed to be in, weather the storm by fourth round, he can turn that corner. Bowe has now got to start landing body punches.
Not much fat on Bowe tonight. You're right, Larry. He looks better than he has at any time since November of '92 when he took the title from Holyfield.
I think Bowe let this guy fool him into being over-aggressive too early. He should have allowed this fight to kind of materialize as he went on.
Look at that jab knocking a 237-pound man backward. This is the well-schooled Bowe we used to talk about. Using that left hand and letting things happen after that. He was a dropout from that school for a couple of years, but he's gone back to school now.
Use your left hand. This guy is nobody. Use your left hand. Box. He's got his eye. He's already shot. You're okay. You're perfectly okay. You're the one with the.
I need the mouthpiece, man. You got it.
Okay. All right. Let you first. Don't wait for him to leave.
All right. Is it right about here?
Yeah. Get a little closer. Don't throw it from too far back.
All right.
Look at that, let's go. Second sound.
Look at as you walk in, keep that head moving, okay? Keep that head moving, you're okay. All right?
You saw on the graphic the wide margin by which Bowe is outlanding Gonzalez and punched at numbers. Round 4 begins. It's a scheduled 12 rounds.
Bowe is doing an excellent job of spinning, bobbing and weaving. This guy, Gonzalez, is a trap fighter. If you don't get right back, you go to the left and you come back to the same position. You don't go to your left and steady your left. He'll catch you.
Gonzalez came perilously close to landing that straight right a few moments ago. He has landed a couple of good jabs here, beginning well in round 4.
There's blood coming from Gonzalez's mouth.
Both fighters hitting coming out of a clinch there, and both landed. Bowe with a hard Good right hand to the top of the head and another to the chin. But this time, Gonzalez doesn't wobble. Just backs up against the top rope.
Riddick Bowe is smelling some finishing now. He's smelling it.
But if he doesn't finish him...
Oh, but I'm telling you, once the guy starts to smell that kind of power and knowing that he's living the punishment, it's hard to turn him out.
Good straight left hand by Bowe. Gonzalez having some difficulty now. And Bowe landing constantly to Gonzalez's head.
Referee Mills Lane is looking deep into this now. He's not only watching the punches, he's watching the no return by Jorge Gonzalez.
Bowe is just beating him up inside without return.
The major difference is Bowe has been landing that good left jab.
Gonzalez has been paying attention to the newspapers. He'll realize that he needs to worry about quick stoppage in a state still reeling from the death of Jimmy Garcia. Bowe landing at will as Gonzalez leans against the ropes. Now Gonzalez tries to counter and Bowe just thuds away. That right hand over the top is landing every time, George.
This looks like the heavyweight champion of the world, Riddick Bowe now.
And that's coming from the heavyweight champion, folks.
Riddick Bowe looks like the heavyweight champion of the world.
Another landslide scoring round for Bowe. And Gonzalez is taking quite a pounding as he sticks to his strategy of leaning against the ropes and throws very few punches in return. Bowe risking disqualification there, and that was a stupid move.
Exactly.
And if I was a referee, I would not allow him to get away with it. He's winning a fight. He doesn't need that kind of stuff.
Shouldn't the referee have been there between them?
Yep. So you got to be, you're right.
Harold Letterman.
Larry, let me tell you something. I've got it 4-0, 40-36. Larry, let me tell you something. That's why we have that 10-second warning. At the 10-second warning, the referee moves in close. He's supposed to be between the two fighters, so nobody gets in that shot after the bell rings. Mills Lane wasn't there. Riddick Bowe fouled him. But, on the other hand, Riddick Bowe is fighting an absolutely great fight so far.
Yeah. I scored that a 10-8 round, incidentally.
Well, he staggered him after the bell rang. I mean, you know, it could have been 10-8, but the stagger was after the bell.
And no fewer than 5 Nevada State Athletic Commission officials gathered around Gonzalez's corner to peer at him as his seconds worked on him.
Riddick Bowe is going about this in a workmanlike fashion. He goes back to the body, even after doing a lot of damage in the prior round.
Harold, give us your scorecard officially.
Okay, Larry, once again, 40-36, 4 rounds to nothing, Riddick Bowe. One thing I don't understand is how Mills Lane can talk to Jorge Luis Gonzalez if the man doesn't speak English, and he keeps talking to him. But in any case, Riddick Bowe is fighting an absolutely great fight as I see it. He couldn't be doing any better.
Harold, you know as well as we do, Gonzalez speaks a lot more English than he lets on. Gonzalez starting to come to life a little bit in round 5. Round 4 was dreadful for him. Bowe landed 53 punches by punch stat numbers. Gonzalez landed 6. There's another rocket left hand by Riddick Bowe. He's sharp tonight, George.
I'm telling you, the missing ingredients has been that long left jab by Riddick Bowe. Jorge Gonzalez has the reach advantage, but he doesn't use it. Stands back there and waits for one good shot.
Hard to believe he didn't go down.
If I was the referee, I would not allow Gonzalez to take that many right hands like that. I just wouldn't allow it.
Hard to believe he didn't go down on that one. That was a shot.
Just wouldn't allow him to catch too many like that.
Would you stop it on the next one?
Yeah, if he gets caught like that and stands up like that, he's a brave fighter. It's going to take a lot more to get him down than what ordinarily gets a guy down. Don't let him get killed.
Can you let heavyweights go a little bit longer than fighters in lower weight classes?
Probably. No, you just don't. Heavyweights can do more damage.
But very few heavyweights throughout history, George, have suffered serious head injuries in the ring, in fights. Maybe cumulatively over a career, but there's very few that have suffered serious injuries.
Well, let's not see one tonight.
Yeah, we don't want any history to be made tonight.
Hard right hand by Gonzalez, but not a lot of snap in his punches now.
So Riddick Bowe is hitting good hard shots, but he's not knocking this guy out. When you incur that much punishment, that's when the damage sits in. Riddick Bowe is starting to blow his nose a little bit.
Good body shot. Riddick Bowe with the right hand to the ribcage. Gonzalez still fighting. Wide open for that right hand. He takes another right hand shot. Wobbles away. Lane looking closely. Fifth round coming to a close.
This guy's got the right height for Riddick Bowe. Comfortable with that height.
He's going to eat one more right hand before the bell rings. No, he's not.
This fight could be stopped between rounds. It's conceivable.
Okay, you're doing good. Okay? Well, listen. Bowe, in your nose real deep and out your mouth. In your nose again. Out your mouth. Your arms on the road. Okay, that's right.
Don't wait on him. You got to be first.
Okay. Come over.
You're okay. Give him some water on his head.
What are his head?
Wash off his face.
Move your legs.
Gonzalez is standing up to awful punishment, which speaks to the fact that he has everything in his life at stake here. This is a fight that he has wanted for his entire life. He staked his whole life on it. So he is being as brave as it's possible to be in the face of this onslaught.
But he's being profoundly ineffective, too. In round 5, Bowe landed 34 punches. Gonzalez, who landed 6 punches in the preceding round, only landed 9 in round 5.
Gonzalez is lasting strictly on heart now. He has nothing else left but his heart. And if he's able to lay in one of those good right hands, boy, that heart is really get pumped up.
Gonzalez, by and large, trains himself. Our interpreter, Hector Garcia, says he's getting no useful advice in the corner between rounds. So he's pretty much on his own in here. And for the first time, Bowe shows some signs of running out of gas.
Well, he's just tired. Sometimes at one point it looked like a fight is going to go on and on. You got to pace yourself. You got to do something other than throw punches. So Bowe hasn't put that in his repertoire yet. Bob and weave, touch and go. It's the only thing missing. And when you're a good puncher like he is, but yet not a devastating knockout puncher, you got to learn how to mix it up a little bit.
Of course, while Gonzalez gets, according to our interpreter Hector Garcia, little advice in his corner between rounds, Bowe's listening to Eddie Futch. On paper, that looks like a big advantage. There it goes. That should do it. That should do it. That's the first time Gonzalez has been down as a pro. And if he gets up from this, he fools me. No, Mills Lane doesn't bother to complete the count. Another terrific right-hand shot for Riddick Bowe, and I got to tell you, Larry, I wasn't sure we'd ever see him look this good again.
He needed the challenge. He was getting too many easy opponents. He was getting careless. You can't give a fighter setups and setups and setups, a good fighter, and expect him to stay sharp. And this brings him back to the top. This is what we saw in him in Holyfield 1. A magnificently schooled fighter for a big man, and he took an opponent to school tonight.
One thing about it, I'm very shocked and surprised of the amateurish habits that Jorge Gonzalez had.
It's a good point.
Like a rank amateur. It didn't look like a professional fighter at all in my mind.
It's a very good point, George. He's a great amateur, but he was an amateur for too many years. And when you're an amateur for that long, it's hard to break bad habits. Never a great pro.
Well, let's take another look at the knockout combo. It's a standard left and right, and the right hand is a beauty. Gonzalez actually kind of stepping up forward into that right hand, George.
So for the fans at home, they'll always remember wherever there's a lot of smoke, there's a whole lot more smoke.
All right, and on the last angle, we'll show you the knockout in real speed, so you can get a sense of the precision of this right-hand blow. See Gonzalez lean a little bit forward and just take it.
He's had just too many of them all night. That overhand right that Bowe has been landing consistently over and over just took his toll.
Riddick Bowe says thanks to his God. And right now, we're going to go up to ring announcer Mike.